Happy morning, children. How are you all? Are you all ready for the session? Yes, let's start the session now. Last class, we were seeing about breathing process, the respiratory process of both plants and animals, and similarities of plants and animals. Today's class, we will see about food, process of photosynthesis, and classification of animals based on food habits. Let us start. Yes. Do you all think plants are preparing their own food? Yes, of course. Plants are preparing their own food. So, they are referred to as producers. Plants are producers. And animals and human beings are depending upon plants for their food. So, they are called as consumers. Now, this topic is about photosynthesis. Now, can you see the diagram? The leaves are absorbing the sunlight and carbon dioxide. Now, from how the carbon dioxide gets into the plant, you all know through stomata. Stomata absorbs the carbon dioxide. Apart from sunlight and water, carbon dioxide is also needed for preparing food. Now, we are going to see a new word, chlorophyll. Now, do you think how the plants are green in color? This is because of this green pigment. The green pigment is called as chlorophyll, which is present in the plant, which helps to absorb or trap light energy. Now, what is this light energy? Yes, of course, the sunlight. It absorbs or traps the sunlight, which helps for making the food. So, chlorophyll is the green pigment which helps to trap the sunlight, which is helping for preparing the food. Now, how do you pronounce this? Tell me, children. Chlorophyll. Now, how do you pronounce chlorophyll? Is it clear, children? Yeah. Now, carbon dioxide. The plant needs carbon dioxide, water, and then the light energy to produce the food for the plant. What it produces? Glucose. Of course, it produces glucose and then lets out oxygen, which is needed for all other living organisms. So what it needs? The plant needs, it takes in carbon dioxide, water and the sunlight to produce the food called glucose and lets out the oxygen. Glucose is often referred to as sugar also. The extra sugar, the extra food is stored in leaves, stem or the root. So they are preparing the food. The extra food is stored in different parts of the plant. Now let us have a quick review of the formula. Now you all know leaves are also called the food factory of a plant. So why? Because leaves are helping for preparing the food. So how they are preparing food? Carbon dioxide, it takes in carbon dioxide and water from the root and then it passes to the stem and it absorbs the sunlight with the help of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the green pigment. It is producing the food. The food is the glucose and it gives out oxygen. This picture clearly explains the process of photosynthesis. See, as I explained, the leaves, the chlorophyll which is present in the leaves traps the sunlight and takes in carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide enters through stomata and with the help of water, they prepare the food. The process is called as photosynthesis and the food is referred to as glucose or the sugar. The extra food is called as sugar, which is stored in different parts of the plant and lets out oxygen and lets out the oxygen. Now you will have a clear explanation in this picture. I want everyone to draw this picture in your note. Can you see the leaves? Can you see the roots are absorbing water and it passes to the stem? With the help of carbon dioxide, sunlight, the the plants are preparing their own food. I want everyone to draw this diagram clearly in your note. Is it clear, children? Yes. Next, we are going to see about classification. How the animals are classified based on food they are eating. Now, do you think they are eating the same kind of food? No. Let us see how they are classified based on the food. The three classifications based on the food the animals are eating are herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous. Plant-eating animals. The animals which are eating only the plants are called as herbivorous, and flesh of other animals. The animals that eat flesh of other animals are called as carnivorous, and there are animals which are eating both plants and animals. Have you seen? Yeah, the animals which eat both plants and animals are called as omnivorous. Now can you repeat these three words? Herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. Plant eating animals are called as herbivores. The animals which eat the flesh of other animals are called as carnivores, and the animals which eat both plants and animals are called as omnivores. Can you see with the example? I have given you a small concept map with the definition and the examples. Read out this louder. Herbivores are animals that eat only plants. Can you tell out few examples? Yes, cows, horses, mice and elephant. Carnivorous examples are dogs, cat, lion, tiger and shark. Animals that eat flesh of other animals are called as carnivores. And omnivorous, which you all know, animals that eat both plants and animals. Do you think the classification is over? No, there are animals which feed on dead and decay matters. See here, can you look at the picture? There are animals which eat dead and decayed part of other animals. The flesh eating animals or dead and decayed of other animals are called as scavengers. These kind of animals are called as scavengers. Can you see the animals? Can you identify these animals in the picture? Yes, the examples are vulture, bear, eagle, hyena. Is it clear, children? Yeah, a quick recap of what we have learned today. We were seeing about photosynthesis. The green plants are preparing their own food with the help of sunlight, water, carbon dioxide. And what is the green substance called as? Green pigment. The leaves are green pigment because of chlorophyll. And this process is referred to as photosynthesis. And animals are classified based on their food habit. How they are classified, children? Yes, they are classified as herbivores, carnivores, omnivores and scavengers. Was the lesson clear? Yeah. Now you have to take your book and read the lesson. Read the lesson louder, children. Thank you.